I am Dheeraj Rani. Welcome you to the online tutorial of analysis of algorithm. This particular tutorial has been developed with intent to the study of the computer science subject analysis of algorithm for the degrees like BC, BSc, MCA, MSc, and MTech, including engineering also. So it's a very basic subject applicable to the all of the computer science branches. In short, I should say. And I must admit here, this is one of my difficult subjects in my college life. Still today, I observe it. So many of the students is having difficulty towards understanding this particular subjects and performing in it. The reason behind of this that this particular subject is based on a mathematical approaches, and mathematics is the hardening for every student. Many of the students, I should say, not every student, and it makes ultimately the difficult to understand this particular subjects. So my hidden objective here is that to solve that particular fear, I want to improve myself. And besides that, I hope that this particular solution will help to many of the other students. So I welcome you for this mutual learning of analysis of algorithm. For the introduction part, this topic is divided into two halls. The first part is what is an algorithm, the introduction about the algorithm. Another part is that the basic requirement of mathematics for the algorithm. It includes the set theory. To include these particular two topics in one single time period in a video lecture, it is difficult to technically also, obviously, manually also. So I have divided this part into the two halls. One is the what is the algorithm, the first lecture. Another the mathematics for the arithmetic sets, that is the second lecture. So in a break I will have the two lectures for this particular topic to kindly understand is that another lecture you must have to observe following this one. Okay, so in this particular lecture we are going to study what is an algorithm. So what is an algorithm? Roughly, I should say, algorithm. You may imagine any kind of the process. This is purely my sentence. There may be uh, rough thinking. I may say, or I will take the whole responsibility of what I'm talking. Okay, but it's not a universally applicable. But anything, you're doing something and get process. If you're writing it in terms of the steps, it is called the algorithm. Obviously, it must be precise and it must be solve something. You should not talk anything that get jump and you will fly to the sky. So algorithm is correct but useless. Okay. So algorithm, what is it? It's just the simple steps which is starting with some of the input and turning out with the output with some specific realitiness. Okay. So I'm trying to discuss some of the bookish definitions with you. Very first, broadly, algorithm can be defined as a process or a set of rules to be followed to achieve a desired output, especially by the computer. Okay. Again, it's talking the same rule, but especially by the computer means or by a computer because it should be get executed by the machine, a particular processing machine. And today's era, it is a computer. It should not be imagined something that magic or something like that. Not possible, obviously, by the computer. It is a step-by-step procedure to solve the different kind of the problems. It is talking about the same thing. Okay, and unambiguous sequences of the computational steps that transform the input into the output. The very important word here is unambiguous. Whatever the steps you are writing, that should not have the multiple meanings. Okay, the ambiguous meanings. Because of that, only we will possible to have implemented by the computer. If you are having an ambiguous sentence, you know that it is not possible even to do with the computer, so it will not possible. So, okay, so unambiguous sentences or sequences, it is the same thing later on we should say with what we are saying with the previous statement. An algorithm is a well-defined computational procedure. Now it is more precise now. Computational procedure is the same. It's computing something that takes the sum value or the set of values or inputs. It may take the input sum of the values, set of values more than one values. Okay, and procedure on some value and getting some set of output. In some set you are starting processing of some sets and getting output with the sum of the another set. This particular thing we will say the algorithm, the steps. Now what is a set? Again, it's a very general term. You know that. We have already discussed that we will see in the following lecture. Okay, what is the set? Particularly, I should say the set is not to waste our time and not to have the confusion with the mind. Set is a any kind of the collection which may be defined some rule. Okay, it is the humans, animals, flowers, the numbers, anything. It is set. Okay, but must be defined by the some of the rules and the restrictions. Okay, it should be covered up within a one statement. That is the set. So set to set. Having the process, it is an algorithm. Now the characteristics of algorithm, how the algorithm should be. Obviously it should be finiteness. Otherwise you are writing a algorithm which is infinite in nature. To be on the higher side, I should say I will be the prime minister of the world. Okay, when infinite time. So obviously it's a big joke now. Okay, so cannot be considered like this. It must be finite and within a time. Okay, definiteness. You must be very precise when you are talking about the steps. What you are going to be the next. Okay, the preciseness, definiteness. Input. An algorithm must have precise input. I should be particularly I should say the precise zero or more. If you are saying there is no input, it doesn't mean the no input. It means zero input. You should not say it may not have any input. Okay, may word cannot be used. It will be. It will not have the definiteness. Okay, it may be turned under the ambiguity. Okay, output. The algorithm must have at least one desirable output. Obviously, if you are not having any result, then what is the use of algorithm? Okay, so I'm expecting that there must be some kind of the output. The desirable output should be there. Okay, effectiveness. All the operations to be performed in the algorithm must be sufficiently basis so that they can be principled to be done exactly and in a finite length of time. Okay, so effectiveness. Okay, you are getting the entire fill of this sentence. Okay, now types of algorithm. I want to tell you one thing. What are the types of algorithm we are going to discuss here, in particular this slide? This is the entire syllabus of course. Okay, this cover ups the entire course and entire tutorial series. So for every line we will have a separate video. So it will be difficult for me to give the entire glimpse about that particular word, but I will try to give the just idea the word. Okay, so you just remember what it's talking about. The in details structure we are going to discuss in the coming lectures. The simple recursive algorithm. Now you know that recursion means calling a function by itself. That is a recursion. So recursion is not restricted to one function only. It may be more than one function. Suppose there are two functions calling to each other recursively. So correct. So this type of algorithm will say recursive algorithm. Backtracking algorithm. So if you are going to take the sum of the solution, later on you realize that is not a correct solution. You should backtrack to the previous stage. Okay, and then going back with the you are starting with another new approaches. So that type of algorithm we will call it backtracking algorithm. Divide and conquer algorithm. So your in this particular algorithm, your problem get divided among the number of the different problems. Maybe similar kind of the problem or a different kind of the problems. You solve it individually, and then comprising their solutions, you are getting your own solution. That is the divide and conquer algorithm. To be the philosophical way, if I say we are following this algorithm very well. In office, we are solving different kind of the problems. In home, you are solving the different kind of the problems. In friend circle, we are solving different kind of problems. Comprising it your own one single problem, your life. Okay, sorry, my life even. Okay, so it's a divide and conquer algorithm. Now, dynamic programming algorithm. Uh, in this particular algorithm, the steps are going to get decided on the basis of solutions interpreted in between of the process. We may say it is a divide and conquer backtracking, but the next step is depends on which input we are received in between of it. Okay, so that kind of thing we call it dynamic programming algorithm. Okay, it is feels to be very difficult to get understand how you will change the steps in between of the algorithm when the result is coming something different, and you are saying it is should be precise and finiteness as well. Okay, obviously it's a difficult one. Already we have discussed that it is a difficult subject one. We will try to solve these particular issues in the coming lecture. That is the dynamic programming algorithm. Okay. Gradient algorithm, the approach is very simple. Okay. Word says the whatever you want to do, which is the solution you want to say, start with. Okay. Whatever the best thing in front of you are taking it as it is, so we will call it the gradient algorithm. Obviously, the word is difficult to say with the greedy approach. I can give the one example. I think I'm giving you typical regional examples from my India and Maharashtra because I'm located here. If you're going to subji market or to purchase some vegetable, okay, and you are having some of the imprints of about the price of the vegetables, and the shopkeeper is saying 20 rupees something, okay, you immediately purchase it. Why? Because the previous day you feel that it was something 30 rupees kg and today it is 20 rupees kg, so immediately we purchase it. Greedy approach. You just walk over to 2 and 3 steps and later on you realize, so somebody is saying that the same vegetable is available with the 10 rupees per kg. Now you will feel that, oh, we are wrong. We cannot go. But in greedy approach, we cannot go back. Backtracking algorithm, we can go back. We will return that vegetable and take the money back. Obviously, you don't try it into real life, okay? And purchase the new vegetable. Okay, so this kind of the approach of whatever I have discussed, that is a greedy algorithm. Branch and bound. It is a little bit, I must say, similar to the divide and conquer or something backtracking. Okay, but here the objective is that you try to simplify the algorithm with some of the sub solutions. Okay, but you are here, you are precise and selecting some of the possibilities. Like a divide and conquer, you are not very precise that your algorithm is going to divide among the some specific number and specific routines. Some of the branches bounds you may leave out. Okay, you will get the solution eventually by using it. May be a little bit similar to the backtracking. As I already said, we are having the more discussion about this particular algorithm in the specialized slide about it. Brute force algorithm. This is a very hard and lengthy and force based algorithm. Actually, force the word is there, using lots of the efforts. Okay, this kind of algorithms are not successful in the real life. I am giving a funny example. Suppose that what you want to be in future, you will have a very precise answer. If you are in a college student, 12th, you will say engineer, doctor. Your M.Tech, you want to be the researcher and a teacher. Okay, but there are many possibilities. There is no limitations that what you are today and what you can be tomorrow. Okay, any person can be anything. So in group first, you should check out the position from the prime minister to the railway doorkeeper and everyone. Okay, you are trying to check out all the possibilities and later on with the mathematical and the proper approaches you must say, because of the this of the circumstances I will be this. Obviously it is never possible in real life. Okay, so this type of the approach I will say the brute force. Obviously, then where we will apply this algorithm, we will apply where this type the where the possible cases are really less. Very typical example I am giving you, like if you may be aware of the water jet problem or the uh, missionary cannibals problems, okay, or typical the tic-tac-toe. Okay, where are possible subsets are very limited. Okay, in that case, you may use the brute force algorithm. I want to just as use the some of different many of the words. I must add something. You may use in the chase, but limited to the number of the steps you are going to think. That is brute force. If you want to think it beyond of the 2 steps, so then it is impossible to implement by the computer. Okay, then this algorithm will fail there. Okay, because of that, still we are not getting the perfect chess. Will be always spin by the computer. Randomized algorithm. The name says itself, random. You're trying to check out the sum of the random solutions from the given possible solution sets. Okay, that obviously it must have some of the prediction and the reason why you are going to go with that particular set. Okay, that is a random answer. Now simple multiplication example. Now we are going to discuss with the multiplication. Here are the two approaches. One is the American approach. So first of all, another is we are going to see now. And here 981 we are going to get multiplied by 1 2 3 2 3 4, and everyone has done it. Everyone knows it. Nothing to discuss much more about it. So first of all, we are multiplying 981 by 4. Okay. Later on, we are multiplying it by 3. Now you can see there, multiplication by 3 is shifted by 1 0 on the to the left hand side. Why? When you are saying multiplying by 3, it is not multiplying by 3, it is multiplying by 30. The base value of the 30. Okay, am I right? So when we are multiplying it by 2, the base value of 2 is 100. So I am multiplying it by the 200. So it must be shifted by 2 values. So it is like this. Okay. 1 is 1000. So it is multiplied by 1000. Is that clear? Sum of it, you will get the result out. In American approach, we are following these particular steps. English approach, similar steps, but in American we are right to left. Here we will go from left to right. Means first of all we'll multiply it by 1, then 2, then 3, and so multiply by 1, multiply by 2, multiply by 3. Is it clear? Okay, obviously not surprised the result is similar. Similar mathematical. Sorry for interrupt. So here we are seeing the multiplication of the 981 by the English approach as well. Now, say multiplication algorithm. We are going to see the one different algorithm for the purpose of multiplication. Same numbers. So write it on the two different columns. Make two columns, one under each other. Repeat the 4 and 5 steps until the number of the left column is 1. Divide the number in the left hand column by 2, ignoring the fraction. For example, if you are dividing 981 by 2, so answer will be okay, and 4 to 4 side 4, 490, okay, and the remainder will be 1. So answer will be 490, and 1 you will discard. Okay, simply. Again, you will divide 490 by 2, so it will be 2, 4, 5. No zero, no remainder, so no issue. Okay, so in this way, we have created the entire column. Okay. And on the right column, double the number in the right hand column by adding to itself. Okay, or multiply it by 2. You better I should say. Adding itself is more visible. So double, again double, and so on. Clear? Okay. Now discard the number where in column 1 there is even number. 490 is the even, 122 is even, 30 is even. So that we have erase out. Okay, we erase that particular rows and make the summation of the remaining numbers in the right column. Answer is same. This proves that this algorithm was working effectively and correctly. Okay, so we will see another one more algorithm for the multiplication of the two numbers. That is a divide and conquer algorithm. So in this particular algorithm, both the numbers are get divided among the subparts. Suppose there is a 4 by 4, so you will divide the number among the 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2. Now you may be aware of the one of the formula a plus b bracket multiplied by c plus d in bracket. So answer will be a multiplied by c plus a multiplied by d plus b multiplied by c plus b multiplied by d. So it is going to use that kind of the approach. So the bigger number you will get divided among the two small parts and will use that particular formula. So because of that, the number here we required in powers of 2. Okay, if I want to divide it every time by the 2, so it must be in powers of 2. So expected number should be like this: number of digit 2, number of digit 4, number of digit 8, like that. If it is not like that, you will add additional 0 on the left hand side. Obviously it is not changing the value. Okay, uh, so the same example we are taking 981 multiplied by 1 2 3 4. As 981 is having the 3 digits only. Okay, so we are adding 1 0 to have it same. Divide among two wholes, divide it among the two wholes. Okay, and use the same formula. So multiply left hand, left half by the left half of multiply and the multiplier book. in the example I was going to discuss verbally, that is a plus b multiplied by c plus d. So here we are going to multiply a and c, right? Okay, it is shifted to the four digit. You may be aware 0 is at 10th, not 100th position. It is having 20 on the left, to the left. 1 2 is also here having 20. We should say the 12 is 1200. 09 is not the 09, it's the 900. So 100 into 100 is, okay, 4 zeros. So that zeros are there, meaning for the shifting to the left hand side. Okay, now multiply the left half of the multiplier by the right half of multiplier. Okay, so you will get this result. Now you may be aware of that why it is going to shift by the 2, because 09 is having the 2 digits, but 34 is not having any change in position value. So as usual, it is 30. Okay, this is the right of multiplier, the left of multiplier. The last is, okay, 81 multiplied by 30. So it is very obvious that if you sum with it, you will get the result. So in this way, we can get the answer for the multiplication of the two 4-digit numbers. Now we are going to practice it for the two different numbers. Okay, 4 by 4 and 8 by 8. Particularly if you observe, it is 8 by 7 here. So what we'll do? We'll pad 0 on the left hand side of the small number. Okay, so 4 by 4, you know it, just we have practiced it. So we will see it is 8 by 8. So divide this part into two false. Now you take first part, second part, first part, second part. So first of all, we'll multiply first by first. Multiply first part by first one, or left hand part by left hand part. Okay. So multiply this 4 by 4. Now we will use recursively the way the plus line. Okay. Now I want you all you know how to multiply digit. So it is multiply 4 by 4 digit and give the answer back. Okay. Now left of multipliers and right of multiplier. That is the 3141 multiplied by 2818. Use the same algorithm. Okay. Put the result back. Okay. And that is 75 multiplied by 0.818 result, and the remaining one, rest of one. So you will get the summation. You have got the idea here. Recursively, we can do the multiplication of the 8 by 8. If you, no, not surprising if you are doing the 8 by 8 and by 16. So what we will do? Divide. You will divide the number among the two parts, 8 by 8 by 8, and you will perform recursively the same algorithm. Is clear? This is the way how we can see the multiplication of two bigger digit numbers by using the recursive way. Okay. So thank you for watching this particular video. I will claim the analysis of that you just understand what is the algorithm and what is the analysis out of it. The analysis word says now we have 3 or 4 different kind of the algorithm for the multiplication of the bigger digit. Now which one is best? Now at this particular moment, this is let you which one you feel it was the better. Okay, and that answer and thinking about that particular topic, it is the analysis. Okay, okay. So this is the algorithm introduction we have done in this particular lecture. Today we will see the introduction about the setting and the basic mathematics required for the algorithm. Okay, till time, have a nice day.